The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a long-standing and contentious issue in international relations. Amid this complex arena, two influential global powers, Russia and China, have consistently backed the Palestinian cause. In this exploration, we will uncover the rationale behind Russia and China's support for Palestine, delving into historical, political, and strategic motivations that underpin their involvement. First, let's talk about the Holocaust and historical hatred, Hitler's persecution of Jews. The Holocaust was a systematic genocide during World War II, where Nazi Germany, led by Adolf Hitler, targeted and murdered approximately 6 million Jews in an attempt to annihilate the Jewish people. This horrific event is one of the most notorious examples of genocide in human history. The historical hatred between Hitler and the Jews can be traced back to Hitler's deeply ingrained anti-Semitism, which he expressed in his autobiography, Mein Kampf, and his public speeches. He believed in a conspiracy theory that blamed Jews for various societal problems and saw them as an enemy to be eradicated. Hitler's rise to power as Germany's chancellor in 1933 marked the beginning of increasingly discriminatory and repressive policies against Jews. These policies culminated in the Holocaust, which was implemented through a network of concentration camps, mass shootings, and gas chambers. The Holocaust's enduring legacy is a symbol of the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and unchecked power, and it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of promoting tolerance and understanding in the world today. Historical perspective. To comprehend Russia and China's backing of Palestine, we must first consider the historical context. Palestine's struggle. The Palestinian quest for self-determination can be traced back to the late 19th century when the Zionist movement emerged, advocating for a Jewish homeland in Palestine, then part of the Ottoman Empire. As the 20th century unfolded, this movement gained momentum, leading to the Balfour Declaration in 1917, where the British government expressed support for a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This laid the groundwork for significant events, including the Israeli War of Independence in 1948 and ensuing Arab-Israeli conflicts. Cold War dynamics. During the Cold War, both Russia and China seized opportunities to support Palestine as part of their broader geopolitical strategies. Soviet Union's role. The Soviet Union, Russia's predecessor, saw the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as a means to bolster its influence in the Middle East. The Soviet Union provided diplomatic and military support to various Arab states and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. This support aimed to counter the United States' strong ties with Israel, heightening tensions during the Cold War era. China's engagement. In contrast, China supported Palestine during the Cold War to cultivate goodwill in the Arab world and extend its regional influence. While China's role was less prominent than the Soviet Union's, it underscored its support for the Palestinian cause. Modern geopolitical considerations. In the present day, the geopolitical landscape has evolved significantly, but Russia and China's commitment to Palestine continues to shape their foreign policy. Russia's interests. Russia's support for Palestine serves various strategic interests, with one key aspect being the preservation of influence in the Middle East. Russia and the Middle East. Since the dissolution of the Soviet Union, Russia has worked diligently to regain its influence in the region. Backing Palestine aligns with Russia's aim to counter the United States' dominance in the Middle East and foster a multipolar global order. By advocating for Palestinian self-determination, Russia positions itself as a champion of justice and a counterweight to the United States in the region. China's expansion. China's involvement in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict primarily serves its expanding global footprint. China's global investments. Over the past few decades, China has considerably expanded its economic interests worldwide. The Middle East is pivotal to China due to its energy resources and strategic trade routes. By supporting the Palestinian cause, China endeavors to win favor with Arab nations, secure access to critical resources, and bolster its standing in the region. Domestic and international considerations. Beyond geopolitical interests, Russia and China's support for Palestine is influenced by both domestic and international considerations. Domestic considerations. In both Russia and China, backing the Palestinian cause holds domestic significance. Russia and the Muslim world. Russia boasts a substantial Muslim population, and its support for Palestine resonates with many of its citizens. It enables the Russian government to maintain support among Muslims both domestically and in Muslim-majority countries. China's Muslim minority. Likewise, China has a sizable Muslim minority, particularly in its Xinjiang region. By supporting Palestine, China can project itself as a defender of Muslim rights, potentially diverting international attention away from its controversial treatment of the Uyghur Muslim population. International reputation. Russia and China are keenly aware of the potential international consequences of their foreign policy decisions. Russia and international criticism. Russia has faced international criticism for its support of the Assad regime in Syria and its actions in Ukraine. Supporting Palestine allows Russia to balance its international image by positioning itself as an advocate for the oppressed. China's human rights concerns. Similarly, China has faced criticism for its human rights record and actions in Tibet. Supporting Palestine can serve as a means for China to project a more positive international image and divert attention from these issues. The role of multilateral forums. Multilateral forums play a significant role in shaping Russia and China's involvement in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. United Nations. Both Russia and China use their positions as permanent members of the United Nations Security Council to influence resolutions and negotiations regarding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. UN resolutions. Russia and China often support resolutions that align with the Palestinian cause, exerting diplomatic pressure on Israel and the United States to consider a two-state solution. Regional organizations. Furthermore, Russia and China are active in various regional organizations in the Middle East. Russia and the Quartet. Russia participates in the Quartet on the Middle East, working alongside the United States, the European Union, and the United Nations. This position grants Russia a voice in shaping the international approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. China's growing influence. China's involvement in regional organizations like the Arab League and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation provides a platform for expressing its support for Palestine and engaging with key regional players. Russia and China's support for Palestine is a complex issue, driven by historical, geopolitical, domestic, and international factors. Their involvement in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict serves a range of strategic interests, from countering Western influence to gaining access to vital resources. Despite the evolving global landscape, their support for Palestine remains a prominent feature of their foreign policy, ensuring that the Israeli-Palestinian conflict continues to be a significant arena for global politics. If you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel.